Welcome back to Tales of the Dark. Tonight, we're back on the road again. Not the kind of road you plan, not the kind you map out, but the kind that finds you when you think it's just another normal ride. Because again, we're talking about ride-share horror. The kind that starts simple. Tap your phone, confirm your pickup, get in the car, and trust a stranger to take you home. But sometimes the route changes, not on the map, not on the screen, but somewhere deeper. Somewhere you don't see until it's too late. I wasn't supposed to be out that late. It was past 1:30 a.m., the kind of hour where the city starts feeling empty. Not quiet, empty, like people didn't just go home, like they disappeared. I stood on the sidewalk refreshing the app. Cold air, no cars passing. No voices, just that faint hum of streetlights above me. Then finally a ride matched. Driver name Samir. Rating 4.8, car silver hatchback, ETA 3 minutes, normal, everything normal, that's what I kept telling myself. The car pulled up slower than expected, not a clean stop. More like a crawl, headlights sliding across the pavement like it was searching for something. Then it stopped right in front of me. Engine still running, no music, no movement inside. I opened the back door, sat down, and instantly felt it, that shift, that subtle wrongness. Not something you see, something you feel. Seatbelt, the driver said. His voice was low, flat, not rude, just empty. I buckled in. The car pulled away. For the first few minutes, everything seemed fine. Streetlights passed overhead, buildings blurred by. The GPS voice echoed softly, then cut out, mid-sentence. Recalculating, silence. I leaned forward slightly. Hey, I think your GPS just... It's fine, he interrupted, too quickly, too sharp. I leaned back, watched the road, something felt off. The turns didn't make sense. We weren't heading toward my house, we were moving away from it. Hey, this isn't the right direction. No response. I tried again. You missed the turn. He sighed, long, slow, then said something that made my chest tighten. I didn't miss it. The car turned onto a narrower road, streetlights disappeared. Darkness crept in, thicker, heavier. I pulled out my phone, no signal, 0 bars. That's not possible, I whispered. The app was still open, ride active, but the route was gone, just a blank line, no destination, no streets, nothing. My heart started beating faster. Stop the car. He didn't respond. Stop the car. I said louder. This time he slowed down just enough to make me think he might listen. Then he spoke again. You'll get there. That's not where I'm going. He chuckled softly, a dry, hollow sound. Everyone says that. Cold ran through my spine. What? He didn't answer. Instead, he reached up and turned the interior mirror slightly, just enough so I could see his eyes. That's when I noticed it. He wasn't looking at the road. He was watching me through the mirror without blinking. And then very slowly he smiled, not wide. Not exaggerated, but wrong, like the smile came first and the emotion never followed. The car came to a stop, middle of nowhere, no lights, no houses, no sound. Get out, he said. I didn't move. Unlock the door. He tilted his head, like he didn't understand the request. Then the locks clicked. I opened the door slowly, stepped out. Cold air hit harder this time, sharper. The second my feet touched the ground, the car drove off, fast, too fast. I stood there alone, breathing hard, trying to process what just happened. Then my phone buzzed, ride complete. I frowned. That's it. Then another notification appeared. Driver left you a message. I opened it, hands still shaking. It was just one line. You got out too early. Behind me in the darkness, I heard a car engine start. I didn't move, not at first. My eyes were still locked on the message. You got out too early. The words didn't make sense. The ride was over. The car was gone. Everything should have been done. Then I heard it. Behind me, an engine, low, idle. Slowly I turned around. The same car, same headlights. Same silver body, same quiet hum, but I never saw it come back. No headlights approaching, no sound of tires on gravel, just there, parked a few feet behind me like it had always been there. My chest tightened. No, the back door creaked open by itself. I stepped back immediately. I'm not getting in. No response, no driver voice, no movement from the front seat, just the open door. Waiting, my phone buzzed again. I looked down. New ride request. Passenger name, you pick up location, current location, drop off, not set. My hand started shaking. I didn't request this. The screen flickered, then updated on its own. Ride status, driver arrived. I backed away from the car. No, I'm done. Then I heard something that made my blood run cold. A voice, not from the driver's seat, from inside the back seat, soft. Barely audible. Please, I froze. Don't leave me here. My heart started pounding again. That wasn't the driver, that was someone else. I leaned slightly to the side, trying to see into the back seat. The interior light flickered once, then stayed on, and that's when I saw him. A man sitting on the far side of the back seat. I hadn't seen him before, he hadn't been there. He looked pale, exhausted, eyes sunken, clothes dirty like he'd been there a long time. He stared at me like I was the only real thing left. "They don't let you leave," he whispered. My voice cracked. "Who?" He swallowed hard, then said something I didn't expect. "The drivers." I shook my head. "That doesn't make sense. They're not drivers," he cut in. "They're something else." The car engine suddenly revved. We both flinched. I looked toward the front seat. The driver was back, but I hadn't seen him enter. He was just sitting there again, hands on the wheel, head slightly tilted, watching us through the mirror. The man beside me grabbed my arm hard. "You got out early," he whispered quickly. "That's why you're still you." "What does that mean?" I asked. "It means you still have a choice." My chest tightened. "What choice?" Before he could answer, the doors slammed shut, locked. The car started moving. "No," I grabbed the handle, pulled, nothing. The man beside me started breathing faster. "They don't like it when you delay." "Delay what?" He looked at me, fear in his eyes, real fear. Arriving, the road outside was darker now, even darker than before. No sky, no horizon, just endless black stretching forward. The dashboard screen flickered back on. Ride status, in progress, estimated arrival. Soon my pulse raced. "Where are we going?" The driver finally spoke, same voice, same calm tone. "Where everyone goes." The man beside me shook his head violently. "No, no, no, no." I grabbed his arm. "Listen to me, how do we get out?" He looked at me like he wanted to answer, like he needed to. Then his expression changed. Slowly, his face relaxed, too much, too suddenly. "What?" I whispered. He turned his head toward the front, eyes unfocused. "They're calling," he said quietly. "Who?" He didn't answer. Instead, he smiled. That same smile, the same one the driver had. My grip on him tightened. Hey. He slowly turned his head back toward me, still smiling, still wrong. "They'll call you too," he said. Then the interior light shut off. Complete darkness. The car kept moving, but now I couldn't see anything, not the road, not the driver, not even my own hands. Only one thing remained visible, the dashboard screen glowing softly in the dark. Estimated arrival. Now then the car stopped. Silence. The doors unlocked, but this time no one told me to get out, and that somehow felt worse. The doors unlocked with a soft click, but nobody moved, not me, not the man beside me, not even the driver. The engine kept idling quietly, low, steady, almost calming, and somehow that terrified me more because it felt practiced, like this had happened before hundreds of times. Maybe thousands. I stared into the darkness outside the window. At first, I thought there was nothing there, no buildings, no lights, no road, just black. Then slowly, shapes started appearing, tall poles, rusted fences, a structure in the distance. Huge, silent, dead. It looked like an old terminal or a station, something abandoned years ago. Broken lights hung overhead, flickering weakly. The air outside looked foggy, heavy, like smoke trapped close to the ground. "What is this place?" I whispered. The driver answered immediately. "Final stop." The man beside me started shaking, not subtly, violently, like his body knew something his mind didn't. "No," he whispered. No. I grabbed his shoulder. "What happens here?" He looked at me slowly, eyes wide, wet with fear. "They take you off the route. That doesn't explain anything. You stop being yourself." Cold spread through my chest. "What are you talking about?" Before he could answer, something tapped against the window. Tap, tap, tap. I turned instantly and froze. Someone was standing outside the car. A woman, pale, motionless, wearing old rideshare driver clothes, but her face looked wrong, not damaged, not bloody, worse, empty, like emotion had been erased from it completely. Her smile was stretched too wide, eyes unfocused, skin unnaturally still. Then another figure appeared behind her, and another, Drivers, dozens of them, standing silently in the fog, watching the car, watching us. Some wore old uniforms, some looked modern, some looked decades old. One of them still had a faded taxi sign attached to his jacket. My breathing became uneven. What the hell are they? The driver in front finally turned around fully, and for the first time I saw his entire face clearly. My stomach dropped instantly. He didn't look human anymore. His skin shifted subtly, like layers trying to rearrange themselves beneath the surface. His smile twitched unnaturally, eyes reflecting light that wasn't there. Then he spoke softly. "Former passengers, I felt sick." No, they reached their destination. The man beside me suddenly grabbed my arm hard enough to hurt. "Don't let them touch you." Outside, the figures started moving closer. Slow steps, perfectly synchronized, tap, 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 like footsteps echoing through a tunnel. One of them reached the window beside me slowly, pressed its face against the glass, smiling, and that's when I noticed something horrifying. I recognized him not personally, but from somewhere else. A missing person post, months ago, maybe longer. I remembered seeing his face online, shared everywhere. Last seen entering a rideshare vehicle. My chest tightened painfully. "They're dead," I whispered. The driver tilted his head slightly. "Not exactly." The doors suddenly unlocked again. Louder this time, aggressive. Click. The figures outside stopped walking all at once. Waiting, the driver looked directly at me. "You can leave now." I didn't move. Or, he continued softly, "You can stay on the route longer." The man beside me panicked immediately. "Don't listen to him." The driver ignored him completely, eyes locked on me. "You already accepted the ride." The dashboard screen flickered again. 2 options appeared. Exit vehicle, continue route. My throat felt dry. What happens if I stay? The driver smiled slightly wider. "You forget. And if I leave?" This time the smile disappeared. "You remember." Outside, the figures leaned closer, still smiling, still waiting. The man beside me whispered urgently, "Please don't leave the car." I stared at him in disbelief. "What?" Tears filled his eyes, real tears. They're worse outside. The lights above the station flickered violently, then shut off. Darkness swallowed everything. And from somewhere far out in the fog, I heard engines starting. One after another, cars, dozens of them, coming closer. The engines kept getting closer. One after another. Dozens of them, maybe more, hidden somewhere deep inside the fog. I couldn't see the cars yet, only headlights, rows of them, appearing slowly through the darkness like eyes opening. The figures outside the vehicle stepped back at the same time, still smiling, still watching. Like they already knew what was about to happen. The dashboard screen glowed brighter, 2 options still blinking. Exit vehicle, continue route. The man beside me was breathing hard now, almost hyperventilating. "You don't understand," he whispered. "If you leave, they keep you. And if I stay?" He looked down slowly, wouldn't meet my eyes. "You stop remembering who you were." The driver remained perfectly still, hands resting calmly on the steering wheel, patient, like time meant nothing to him. The headlights outside grew closer. Now I could finally see the vehicles emerging from the fog. Cars, hundreds of different cars, old taxis, modern ride shares, black sedans, vans, vehicles from different years, different decades, all moving slowly toward the station, and every single one had passengers inside. Some were staring blankly forward, some looked terrified, some were crying, some looked completely emotionless. Like they had already given up. My pulse hammered in my ears. "What is this place?" The driver answered softly. "A transfer point." "For what?" His smile returned, small, unnatural. "For people who accepted the ride." The cars outside formed rows now. Endless rows stretching into the fog, engines humming together. A sound so low and deep it almost felt alive. Then I noticed something else. Every driver looked almost identical, different faces, different clothes, but the same expression, the same stillness, the same smile, like they weren't individuals anymore, just copies. The man beside me grabbed my wrist suddenly, hard. They were passengers first. I looked at him. What? His eyes were filled with panic. "They don't hire drivers." Cold flooded through my body. "They make them." The driver in front slowly tilted his head toward us. Still smiling, some passengers continue the route long enough, he paused, that they become part of it. No, I whispered. The dashboard suddenly glitched, static flickering across the screen. Then new text appeared, driver transfer pending. My stomach dropped. The man beside me started crying quietly. They picked you. What does that mean? Before he could answer, the driver opened his own door and stepped out. The moment he left the car, everything outside became louder. Engines, whispers, footsteps, voices layered over each other endlessly. Then the driver walked into the fog and disappeared. For a second, nothing happened. Then the dashboard screen turned toward me by itself. A new message appeared. Please move to front seat. No. The steering wheel twitched slightly, like something invisible had touched it. The man beside me shook his head violently. Don't do it. But then something outside slammed against the window beside him. Hard, he screamed. One of the smiling figures stood inches away now, pressing both hands against the glass. Its face stretched unnaturally wide, eyes empty, mouth trembling. Then another figure appeared, and another, surrounding the car completely. The windows started fogging from the outside, as if dozens of people were breathing onto them at once. The dashboard screen flashed again. No active driver detected. Then another line appeared beneath it. Assigning new driver. The interior lights turned red. The man beside me grabbed the handle desperately. It's choosing. The seatbelt around my chest suddenly tightened on its own, locking me in place. Panic exploded through me. I pulled against it. Nothing moved. The steering wheel in the front seat slowly turned by itself. Left, right, left. Then the driver's side door opened, waiting. The whispers outside became louder, more aggressive. Take the route. Keep driving. Don't stop. The dashboard screen glitched violently, then stabilized, and finally my name appeared. New driver assigned. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't move. The man beside me looked at me with pure horror, because now he was looking at me the same way I had looked at the first driver, afraid. Then slowly my phone buzzed in my pocket. I pulled it out with shaking hands. A new ride request. Passenger pickup, downtown ETA, 3 minutes away, and without touching the phone, without pressing anything. The ride accepted itself. Outside, the smiling figures stepped away from the car, clearing the road. The engine turned on, and the car began moving forward on its own, straight into the fog. The last thing I remember was looking into the rearview mirror and seeing my own smile, not matching how I felt, stretching wider on its own. If you are new here, subscribe to Tales of the Dark, where every story gives you a nightmare. And if you've ever had a ride that felt wrong, maybe trust that feeling next time, because some drivers used to be passengers too.